Welcome back, and we're delighted to have with us today Jerry Rogers. He's the founder of Capital Allies and the 6 Degrees Project, an independent, nonpartisan effort to promote entrepreneurship, economic growth, and free enterprise. And he's also privileged in serving as the vice president at the Institute for Liberty. Nice to see you, Jerry. How you doing, friend?
I am blessed, and thank you so much for having me on the program.
You bet. Thank you. Well, listen, what happened yesterday? I mean, it was a huge thing. It fell short by one vote in the U.S. Senate to approve the Keystone Pipeline. Strictly politics?
Yes. Look, the whole battle over Keystone is political, ideological. There's no rationale, environmentally speaking, politically speaking, economically speaking, why this thing shouldn't go through. Yesterday was, and forgive the pun, it was a fail Mary. Yesterday's vote was about Mary Landrieu in Louisiana, her runoff primary December 6th. And she wanted a vote so she could go back to the people of Louisiana and say, look how effective I am. But you know what? This is a larger issue of where this administration is allowing ideological progressives to set the agenda on energy. This is the Keystone Pipeline is a proxy war on climate change and on energy independence.
Yeah. Wow. Well, anyway, I would say she's toast. She didn't deliver.
Well, she is, and the good news is that the leadership in the new leadership in the Senate and the leadership in the House will bring this back next term. And look, we know from the Jonathan Gruber controversy that progressives and many in the Democratic Party don't think much of the American people.
Right.
It's a do as I say, not as I do. We know better than you. And on climate change, it's so evident because these folks are running around in their private yachts, their limousines, their fleet of jets, and they're telling me I'm a father of 5, and so I have a big car. They're telling me not to purchase the big car because they know better than I know from my own family.
Right. Well, this whole thing is so interesting because the president's been touting, building our infrastructure. Doesn't this pipeline, it is the classic infrastructure project.
40,000 jobs immediately. Again, there is no rationale not to build a pipe. In fact, years ago, this was non-controversial. Hillary Clinton, who was a Secretary of State, was going to let this go by. But however, this was a place for the progressives to make a symbolic stand on climate change. I don't know about you, but it was 21 degrees this morning when I woke up.
Wow. I
think global warming, climate change, this whole debate needs to be recentered, and we need to talk about sound science. We need to look at solutions that benefit the American people and not just those in the alternative energy industries.
Jerry, what does it mean to us if we go through with this, if somehow we get it passed again and for whatever reason the president does sign it, what does it mean to us as far as energy independence?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the most important question. But Keystone is only but a piece. Most of the oil is going to flow from Canada down to the Gulf Coast, and some oil from the western states. But again, this is a larger issue of energy independence. The United States can be energy independent in 2 years. Whoa. Now, think about what's going on in the Middle East. What's going on in Jerusalem yesterday and what's going on with ISIS.
Right.
Part of what's funding terrorism is oil. And if the United States can become energy independent, then the price of oil will go down, which will help American families here, but will help fight terrorism abroad.
Yeah, big time.
Right.
All right, it's going to come back under the new Congress. What do you expect the president to do? You think he'll feel the heat?
I think, look, if this was any other president, I would say he would sign it. But I think this president is very serious when he promised to transform America. And I think he sees climate change as a way to do that. Remember, if we start relying more on the government for for things, redistribution of wealth, and that's what climate change. Their solution for global warming is redistribution of wealth. To take from some and give to others, take power from some and give to others. And I think that's what this president is about. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope he will sign it. I hope he will change his ways in the next 2 years and work to compromise and come through with common sense solutions, policy solutions. But I don't have great hope. I'm praying for him, though.
Yeah, well, we all do, and I would hope that this would pass anyway. But I think what we're going to do is enter into a season where we're going to see a lot of bills come out of the Congress, go to the president, and get vetoed.
There were 300 bills passed in the House of Representatives that sat in the Senate because Harry Reid did not want to put the president in any jeopardy. And look what happened. The American people spoke loudly in the midterms. And I think we're going to see a lot of legislative action. And I think we're going to see things set up for 2016. I mean, we're going to have big choices and opportunities come 2016.
The president says, Jerry, that he's waiting for more studies, environmental studies on this pipeline. Maybe you can comment on that, but don't you believe we now have the science to be safe with this and we can do it?
His own State Department has conducted a series of studies, and every single one, and I'm not exaggerating to make a point, but every single study conducted by the State Department has confirmed that this would be good for the economy, significant for the economy, and it would be beneficial to the environment. Because remember, it is safer to transport oil by pipeline than it is by rail.
Right. And
this would be the 82nd pipeline. We already have 81 pipelines in the U.S. This is just one more that, again, would be environmentally sound.
Do you think they have enough for a veto override?
They don't, unfortunately, not now. It'd be interesting to see in the next Congress when there are vulnerable Democrats who would be up for re-election in 2016 who might join the 54, 53 senators in the Republican caucus. They need a lot, 2/3 to get an override. It would be close, but I'm not sure. Again, but politics change. Things could be different several months from now.
Yeah. All right, before I let you go, comment on the president's agreement with China on emissions. Sounds like it's pretty bad for us and pretty good for them.
Well, my goodness, they agreed to nothing. The Chinese said to the president, in the year 2030, when we peak energy production, then we might do something, we might not. In the meanwhile, our president's making deals to bring us back to under 2005 energy levels. Look, energy means wealth. It means growth. It means modernity. We need energy to live, to take care of our families. Why this president is against energy betrays what he really wants to do in terms of transforming our society.
Amazing. Hey, you're a delight. How can people correspond with you?
You know what? iChooseLiberty.org. iChooseLiberty.org.
iChooseLiberty.org. Thanks, my friend. Let's have you back. Keep up the good work, okay?
Thank.
All right, God bless. We'll be right back.
God bless you.